Hi, this is Cliff Cohen with GM Performance Parts, coming to you today as part of the opening of SEMA in Las Vegas. We're out at beautiful Spring Mountain. General Motors with Chevrolet and GM Performance Parts is hosting a number of media partners today out at this beautiful facility to get a feel for what's going on within General Motors and GM Performance Parts in particular relative to performance parts. It's my pleasure to introduce Ken Lingenfelter from Lingenfelter Performance Engineering. Ken was kind enough to bring out his ZR1 Corvette today, and in a minute I'll ask him to kind of walk us through some of the changes and adaptations they've done to this vehicle. From a GM parts perspective, GM Performance Parts perspective, we're working with his company to bring to the Corvette enthusiasts some additional products for their vehicles, potentially through some licensing arrangements and stuff with his company. So if you would be so kind to kind of walk us through.
Sure, Cliff. This is our ZR1. Now, needless to say, we start with an incredible product right from the get-go. We've enhanced the horsepower to this car by changing the airbox and what we refer to as the snout or the intake right in here. This allows us to get a smoother air intake. The stock intake has got a bit of a corner on it. This opens up the intake and the air intake. That allows us to get the 710 horsepower. This is also a part that we've built. This is a carbon fiber cover that goes over the whole engine. Obviously, we have our Lingenfelter name on it. And as I said, with those enhancements, we've been able to get 710 horsepower out of this car and 680 foot-pounds of torque.
From an installation standpoint, Ken, is that something that the average consumer, owner of a Corvette can do from a relative complexity standpoint?
I think the installation would be good, but what makes this car really special is our ability to basically do the calibration on the engine. So the Lingenfelter calibration is the thing that really makes the difference on it. Without that, we can't get quite the additional horsepower and performance out of the engine that I think would be required.
And in terms of additional horsepower kick, what are we looking at?
We're going all the way to 710 horsepower. That's a substantial, about 70 horsepower increase in the actual stock engine of the car. We were just out at the Texas Mile here about a week and a half ago, and we did a 185 miles an hour top end on it, and the car performed incredibly well. You'll notice the additional horsepower right from the get-go. And as I said, we start with an incredible product right from the beginning, but this car really flies.
Well, Ken, I appreciate it. Thank you for showing us what you got.
All right, Cliff. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.